I'm Sara Morgan, and this is my story of promise. It was a Thursday morning, and I was driving in my car, and I got the call from the neurologist with the test results for my son, who was then 9 months. I immediately pull off into a parking lot. I find a pen and a piece of paper and have her spell out this massive diagnosis that I've never heard of before. She rattles off some medical jargon that I scribble down, and then she asks me if I have any questions. I feel confident I could not have told her much more than my name in that moment, much less formed an intelligent question about what I'd just been told. Fast forward to Saturday morning. Since then, I have researched these terms and sort of have an idea of what we're dealing with, and I am sitting at my kitchen table with my Bible, and I am absolutely shattered. I am asking the Lord, why? What's the plan? What's the point? What are you doing? I even asked him if there was something in my life that he was trying to teach me or refine, and I begged him, if that were the case, to please not use my son. Please don't make his life harder to teach me something. And the Lord immediately brought to mind the story in John 9 of the man who was born blind. Everyone in that story is asking the same questions. What's the point? What did he do? What did his mom do? What did his dad do? And Jesus said, it's none of that. It's so that the power of God would be evident in his life. The Lord really got all up in my face in that moment, and he said, this is not about you. This has never been about you. This is about my glory and my plan for Isaac's life. And that has been the case 2.5 years later. There is moment after moment where the Lord has come through, he has provided, he has healed, he has opened up doors, and he has received all of the glory because it could not have happened any other way. It's really funny. It took us a longer time to get pregnant with Isaac than we thought it would. So I often joke during my pregnancy that just like Sarah in the Old Testament, I would give birth to my Isaac in my old age. And God has often brought that story back to my mind during this journey. The faith required to raise a son like Isaac, Sarah struggling to cling to a promise that God gave her, and this promised precious little boy whose name means laughter. It's important to share your story to encourage others. So many times you carry these things around and you feel alone, or you carry this hurt and you have no idea that someone is going through the same thing you are, whether they are further along in that story than you are or they're just starting. You're soldiers in suffering together, and you find these people to go on a journey with and encourage each other, and ultimately God receives more glory for it. I feel like God has recently brought me to a place where I am able to share my story. He has, over time, brought up opportunities in my life, whether it is a conversation with a friend, a class I'm teaching at church, or even something as simple as typing up the story and submitting it on the website. God is continually opening doors for me to share my story, and I'm getting more confident in sharing that story every time. You never know what God's going to do just by you opening your mouth and giving him credit for what he's done, or hitting submit on a website.